Reflections on the 97th Academy Awards. Today I will be sharing my thoughts on the 97th Academy Awards. Unlike my discussion of the 98th Oscars, I will not be revisiting the nominations as they have already been announced and the awards have been presented. Instead, I will focus on my personal favorites across the various categories. I have watched all the nominated feature films, animated films, and short films. The only category I have not yet explored is documentary, both feature and short. But I did watch the documentary Elton John Never Too Late because the song Never Too Late was nominated for the Best Music Original Song category. With that in mind, here are my standout selections and reflections. Out of the 24 nominated feature films, the following stood out to me the most. Amelia Perez. Amelia Perez is a daring musical drama that blends crime, identity, and transformation as a former cartel leader seeks a new life while navigating complex personal ties. The film stands out for its amazing original songs, including the award-winning El Mel, which add emotional texture and energy to the narrative. Director Jacques Audiard crafts a bold, genre-defying story where music and choreography are as integral as the plot itself. Zoe Saldana delivers a brilliant performance, infusing her character with depth, passion, and conviction, showing range beyond her blockbuster work. The combination of compelling acting and vibrant musical moments makes Amelia Perez a distinctive and unforgettable cinematic experience. Anora follows Annie, a vibrant young lap dancer from Brooklyn whose life takes an unexpected turn when she becomes romantically involved with the impulsive son of a wealthy Russian oligarch. What begins as a spontaneous whirlwind romance soon spirals into chaos as pressures from wealth, power, and family expectations upend their fragile connection. The film blends comedy, drama, and social commentary to explore themes of love, survival, and the illusion of escape from one's circumstances. Throughout the story, Annie's resilience and complexity anchor the emotional core of the film. Mikey Madison delivers a commendable performance, bringing depth, vulnerability, and fierce energy to the lead role that rightfully earned widespread acclaim. Batman is an imaginative biographical musical drama that charts British pop star Robbie Williams' rise to fame, his battles with self-doubt and addiction, and his eventual journey toward healing and self-acceptance. The film blends emotional depth with creative storytelling, uniquely portraying Robbie as a CGI chimpanzee, a bold visual choice that makes the narrative feel fresh and unpredictable. The cinematography throughout is striking, with some sequences, especially the extended one-shot musical number, feeling almost surreal in their energy and execution. Some of the shots look genuinely amazing and immersive, and whether they are VFX or pure camera wizardry, I could not tell. Overall, the film's ambitious visual and musical elements make it a memorable and rewarding watch. September 5. September 5 is a gripping historical drama that revisits the tragic 1972 Munich Olympics massacre through the eyes of an ABC Sports newsroom scrambling to cover the breaking crisis in real time. The film places you right inside the control room as journalists grapple with unprecedented ethical decisions and the weight of live news coverage. Its use of archival footage and intense performances draws you into an event you may not have realized happened, making the experience both educational and emotionally affecting. Watching it made me genuinely appreciate how much cinema can broaden our horizons by bringing lesser known true stories to life. I am grateful that the Academy acknowledged this film as it expands our understanding of history and media's role within it. A Different Man. A Different Man is a remarkable psychological drama that masterfully subverts audience expectations. For much of the film, viewers find themselves deeply sympathizing with the protagonist, understanding his insecurities and emotional struggles. However, as the narrative unfolds, the story takes a striking turn that completely reshapes our perception of him. The dynamic shifts so dramatically that the sympathy once felt becomes complicated and conflicted. This transformation is handled with exceptional precision, making the twist not only surprising but profoundly thought-provoking. It is this bold narrative reversal that makes the film specially commendable. Nickel Boys. Nickel Boys is a powerful historical drama that follows Elwood Curtis, a bright and idealistic black teenager in the 1960s Florida who is wrongfully sent to the brutal Nickel Academy Reform School, where he must confront systematic racism and unimaginable hardship. What makes the film especially striking is how it immerses the audience in the protagonist's experiences. For a large portion of the story, we see the world through Elwood's eyes, feeling his hopes and disillusionment firsthand. As the narrative evolves, the perspective shifts to Turner, a more cynical fellow inmate, allowing us to reconsider the same environment and events from a very different emotional and psychological space. This alteration between viewpoints deepens the bond between the characters and highlights how these contrasting worldviews shape their responses to trauma, friendship, and survival. The result is an immersive, affecting cinematic experience that lingers long after the credits roll. The Seed of the Sacred Fig. The Seed of the Sacred Fig is a tense political drama set against nationwide unrest in Iran following Iman, a newly appointed judge whose world unravels as protests intensify around him. As the story progresses, his paranoia grows when his gun mysteriously disappears, leading him to suspect and interrogate even his own wife and daughters in a desperate bid to control his surroundings. The film's narrative constantly kept me thinking. I was genuinely surprised by how the story unfolded, and it left me conflicted about who was ultimately in the wrong, blurring the lines between villain and victim. I found myself unable to fully sympathize with any single character, as each had motivations that were complex and morally ambiguous. This ambiguity and emotional complexity are what make the film thought-provoking and unforgettable. Other than the films I have already discussed, I also deeply enjoyed the following: The Substance, Wicked, The Brutalist, The 6888, and The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. My favorite animated feature films from the 97th Academy Awards are Memoir of a Snail and The Wild Robot. From live action short film nominations, I have not yet watched The Last Ranger because I couldn't find it anywhere, but from what I have watched, my favorite live action short films are I Am Not a Robot and Anuja. From animated short film nominations, I have not yet watched Yuck because I couldn't find it anywhere, but from what I have watched, my favorite animated short films are In the Shadow of the Cypress and Wonder to Wonder. Okay everyone, that's it for today's discussion on the 97th Academy Awards. I have shared my favorite films, animated features and short films, along with some highlights that truly stood out to me. Thank you for joining me on this cinematic journey. I hope it gave you some inspiration to explore these incredible films. In my next video, I will be diving into the 96th Oscars. So stay tuned for more insights and reflections. Bye bye.